it's Saturday project time here in the shop. Right here we have a Acer laptop. It's got an Intel processor in it. That's all we know about it. Other than the fact I was told that it just randomly shuts off. So we'll see if it'll even start up. Well, we got a screen on. Yeah, we'll start Windows normally, see what happens. Looks like we got Windows 7. Yeah, you might be able to see that. Here, I'll turn this towards the camera a little bit more so you can see what I'm talking about. We'll let that boot and see what happens. Maybe we can fix it. Then again, maybe not. We'll just cleaned off a spot on the workbench and we'll just see what's going on with it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Yep, there we go. Well, we got some kind of an error message there. We'll have to take a look at that. Well, let's see. Well, we're going to do a check disk. Unspecified error occurred. Well, we got a boot. Yeah, I worked on this once before. I think the next thing I'm going to do is get me a mouse. I don't know what's going on with it. But if I get a mouse, I might be able to figure it out better than using that touchpad. Those are basically pretty worthless. Pretty much worthless. Especially with somebody that's got fat fingers like me. Well, we'll see what's going on. It just randomly shuts down, it says. Oh, let's see here. Plug that in. See if it goes to the desktop now. Excuse me. A little wee bit nipply out here in the shop. This isn't going to detract anything from making progress on the motorcycle. So we're just going to see what's not ticking quite right with this computer. There we go. Yeah, you still can't see it real well, but it's working. Buddy, it's slow. Holy cow. We're working on it. This is the painful part about working on computers, especially ones that have a random problem. It takes a while to sometimes find the issue. I think the grass will need to be mowed by the time this one comes on up with the desktop. Holy cow. I think I'm going to put you on pause for a minute. You don't need to sit and watch this. We'll just fast forward to the desktop when it gets up. So for right now, we'll be back in a minute. Well, as you can see, we did not get a proper good boot. Had to do a restart, and we're going to try going into safe mode, see what's going on there. Maybe it'll start in safe mode, maybe it won't. Well, all it's telling me is please wait now. Hup, hup. Oh, we got a cursor. Maybe we're going to get someplace with this. Told it to go to safe mode and it wants to load. Well, it's going to go to safe mode. That's a 640 by 480, and we'll punch in a password here. Well, we're going to make it into safe mode apparently. Windows crashed. Well, there we go. Oh, the mouse works. That's a good sign. I think we'll just close that window. And probably, let's just take a look here. I know you can't see what I'm doing, not to speak of. You can see the mouse move, but I'm going to hit on the, no, we're not. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we'll just cancel that for now. First off, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the Windows Explorer and we're going to see check the properties of the hard drive. See how much stuff is in there. Yeah, first thing we're going to do is go here, get on to properties. Hasn't got hardly anything used on the hard drive. 500 gig hard drive with 32 gig used. Yeah, I think we're gonna undo that. First off, we're going to go over here. We're going to check that drive for errors. I'm going to minimize this back window here. And there's a reason for that. That's when it's minimized, it's just that much less that the Windows has to keep track of while it's scanning the hard drive. So it pops up, you know, check disk, local disk C, and automatically fix the file system errors. So let's start with that. And we'll go in there. It wants to check it when we restart the computer. So yeah, we're going to schedule that. We're going to go down here to start, and we're going to tell it to restart this computer. And what you'll see is it'll go through a whole bunch of text on the screen, and it will be looking for errors and fixing them at the same time. And then we'll try to boot to the regular Windows desktop. If it won't boot, well, then we'll go back into safe mode and we'll do a couple other things. What we might end up doing is putting a new batch of Windows in it. And from the key that's on the bottom of the machine, we can do that. We'll let it just run through its file checking routine here, and got an unexpected error on the disk. Well, it hasn't crashed yet, so we'll just let it run through its paces here and see what's going on. Maybe it'll get to the desktop now. Now, this is a regular version of Windows to the desktop. It's not safe mode. Yeah, we'll see if it comes up. Could be that the hard drive has a damaged platter, and if that's the case, well, just maybe I have another hard drive I can put in there. Never know. But we'll be back as soon as we figure it out. So hold tight. Well, what we had happen was it crashed on the boot again. So what we've done is we used the F2 key to get into this screen. This is a BIOS screen. And I've already loaded the Windows disk in. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the boot order. And what that'll do is it will let us boot from the CD drive instead of the hard drive. And we'll see if we can put a new copy of Windows in. Use the up-down arrow key to select a device and press F6 to move it up. Okay. So we want it to boot from the CD-ROM. And then we're going to says use the up down arrow keys to select a device and then press the F6 key to move it up down the list, or F5 to move it down the list, and then press the escape key to escape the menu. Okay, we're going to save it and reboot. Enter. There we go. We'll see if it boots from the CD. Sounds like it is. There we go. Let's see if we can do a Windows recovery from the CD. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. Takes a couple of minutes for the files all to load. So in the meantime, we're just watching paint dry. Gotta be paint, because this time of year it's too cold out there for the grass to be growing. In fact, right now outside it's 34 degrees. Not too bad for the begin. Really, it's still the beginning of March. And maybe we're done with all of our snowfall. Well, then again, maybe not. I have seen snowfall on my birthday, which is in June. Didn't accumulate, but I still saw snowflakes. Well, we got something happening. Starting Windows. This old laptop. And it's running pretty good with the Windows installation. Well, let's see what happens. Yeah. English, United States, keyboard, United States. Just hit next. What to know, repair your computer. I think we're just going to put a whole new installation in there. Seeing as there's no data on the hard drive that needs to be recovered. Let's see if this fixes it. It'll take a minute for that to boot and start up in recovery. And let's see here. I'm going to try that. We're putting Windows Home Premium 64-bit back on. And you're going to accept the license agreement. Yeah, we're going to do a custom install. Well, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click on Drive Options Advanced, and we're going to delete partition 1, and that's okay. And then we got a new partition 1. And we're going to delete that. And that's okay. Now we have 465 gigabytes of unallocated space. So what we're going to do here is we're going to format this bad boy, because I have a feeling that maybe that partition was the culprit. Now my mouse don't want to click. We want to format that bad boy. Oh, got to create a new partition first. And we're going to use all of it. $476,938. And now we're going to format the partition. We don't necessarily have to format it, but it'll bring everything back into real alignment. And we're just going to click OK and do it. I'll have to go online with another computer and download all the drivers for this particular notebook, but it will we will resurrect it at this point, I do believe. What we're doing now is we're copying all the Windows files and decompressing them, because they're all in zip file format on the CD. So while we're waiting on that, it's a long wait. It'll take quite a few minutes for it to get done doing what it's doing. But it will work again. So I'm going to put you on hold for a few minutes, and when it switches screens, we'll come back. Well, okay. Well, what we did, now we've got a Windows desktop screen up, as you can see, but we don't have any drivers. We don't have the correct video driver. We don't have a network driver, so we can't connect to the internet. Right now it's just really just a bare bones Windows 7 computer. So what I'm going to do, as you can see right there, there's the network, and it's not hooked up. This has both wired and wireless. It may hook up to a wired and work, but right now the wireless doesn't work. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix that by downloading drivers onto a thumb drive and then installing the correct drivers for this computer. And I'm probably going to have to change. We might have to change to a different location here in the shop to get this hooked up to a wired connection if I can't find the correct drivers to make all the accessories, or which they're considered accessories because they were installed by the manufacturer. And Windows isn't recognizing anything at this point other than this is a computer and I'm going to run it. So it doesn't know enough to go without a internet connection, doesn't know enough to go out and look for the proper drivers for this. So rather than take a chance, I'm going to download the drivers for the Acer laptop with Windows 7 on it and install them. And I'll show you how that's going to be done after I download the drivers. So for right now, we're going to put you back on hold and come back when we've accomplished that. Okay, so what we've done in the last little bit that you've been gone is went ahead and downloaded all the drivers for Windows 7 64-bit, and what we're going to do is do a hardware vendor detection, and we're going to let it run. Yeah, it's telling me that we got a Broadcom wireless LAN with VGA, Intel VGA, Atheros LAN. So what we're going to do is we're going to install those three drivers and see what happens. Wireless LAN. We're going to start with the Atheros LAN if we can find it here. See, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, it's not rocket science if I can do it. Let me tell you that right now. Wireless LAN, we're going to get that going. And we'll click on, go through all the different subfolders there and click on setup. And yeah, we want it to we're going to close that. Apparently I clicked on the wrong thing. Maybe I've got to have a wire hooked up to it. So let's just back up and here's another one. Let's try that. There we go. Something's happening. Next, install. PCIe Ethernet or Gigabit fast Ethernet controller. Well, we'll see what's going on with that. Can't hurt anything. It's already screwed up. The worst we can do is break it again, start over. We're not having any issues yet. Just got to click on finish, and we'll jump back to the main set here. installed the LAN. Now we got to find the Broadcom wireless LAN. So let's do that one next. CHIA Audio Realtek. We got to put that in too. We do have some audio. That was Broadcom. Okay. We're looking for the Broadcom wireless. There's a Broadcom wireless right there. Then we double click on that. Double click on that. Go down here to setup. Double click on it. And click yes. And next. 802.11 network. Which I do have out here in the shop. So we're getting there. This is kind of a boring part, but it just shows you what a technician goes through to get one of these things working again. And it's telling me not connected. Got to restart the computer first. Well, we'll click finish. We'll let it restart. This is a good test. We'll see if it'll restart without using the CD-ROM drive. Get these drivers installed and we'll see how it works out. Well, looks like it's going to work so far. Hey, we got audio. And well, the network icon is doing something, so we're apparently, yeah, maybe we're going to be on. Okay, yeah, there's mine. Well, we don't want to click on that. Connect. Yeah, we're connecting to the internet. Home network. Click on that. Probably going to ask me for my network password. And all the stuff we want to share is already checked. Next. Yep. Well, I'm going to block you. Well, we're connecting to my network. We'll see how that See how it works now. And then we'll go back in and we'll get that audio driver. Audio driver and the video driver. And once you get it rolling, it's telling me I give it the wrong password. Come on. Yeah, we'll click next and see if we can hook up now. That's a little bit different pace for me, having to repair a computer. To be honest with you, I think the reason it wouldn't log on wouldn't join the home group is because I'm probably too far away from the transmitter. So what we're going to do, we'll go back in and do that later. And right now, we're going to get back in here. Go back to the Acer file that I created, the hardware vendor. Yeah, we want to run that program. And we need the Intel VGA driver. Nuts. Yeah, we'll try that one. VGA Intel. Set up. Yeah, we'll let it crank here for a minute, see what happens. It already downloaded a whole bunch of updates, which I was hoping it would wait till later, but it didn't. Hell. Yeah, that was just telling me that we already have the newer drivers, not better, but newer drivers than what it is that I picked to install. So we'll let it go from there. I think the newer drivers are made for a different type of a screen. So we'll just there we go. Now she's smoking. Click next to continue. There we go. And yeah, we're gonna restart the computer now. Now, sometimes you end up with restarting these things anywhere up to 10 times, depending on how many drivers you have to install. So right now, I'm gonna put you back on hold. Okay, we're back. As you can see, the desktop is back up. We're gonna check the resolution now. Screen proportions look a lot better. And now I've got a 1366 by 768 screen, which if I wanted it bigger, I could make it bigger just by clicking that, and the proportions will stay the same. But for these old eyes, saying that now it's not filling out the screen like it should, like everybody's used to seeing. So I put that back to the 1366 setting, hit the apply button, and we're going to keep these changes. So that's the best it's going to be. Got good audio now, and we're going to hook up to the internet. There it is. Connect it. See how much signal we have. And then we'll go and download the updates, but right now this computer is fixed. Hasn't shut off unless it was till it was asked to do the restart. We're connected to the internet, and let's see here. Yep, Internet Explorer is working. So now all we have to do is wait for it to go through jumping its hoops. Yeah, I know the browser's out of date, but as long as it works once, that's all I care about. So what we're going to do, we're going to download Chrome and install it. See that? We'll full screen this. And download now. Actually, this old computer's running pretty good since now I got the programming straightened out. Download it. Accept and install. We're going to run it, and then we'll make it our preferred internet access program. And we'll have the latest update on this. Internet Explorer ain't only good for downloading Chrome anyway. Then we'll start doing the update downloads, and we'll call it fixed. Well, we're not going to sign in right now. We're just going to call it a day. We'll close those two windows. And we'll go over here to the control panel. We'll change this to large icons, so my old eyes can read the labels. Go to Windows Update. It's got 10 important ones and 10 optional ones, and we're just going to tell it to install those updates. And when it's all done, we'll be back. And that's going to take a while. So for now, see ya. Well, here we are. We're about 4.5, almost 5 hours into this update session, and luckily didn't have to sit and watch the whole thing. But here we are, and we're on I believe the final round. The computer just got done installing 350 Microsoft updates. That's not included in the setup disk, so you have to wait for them to download and then go through their automatic install sequence. So we did that, and now we're just about ready. As soon as it finishes checking for updates this time through, we should be ready to make fine adjustments, like turning the sleep mode off and the hibernation mode off, and changing the power savings settings. And we're going to make this laptop run more like a desktop. It's just really all it is a compact form of a desktop. So that's what we're doing. And this old Acer is just about ready to go find its home. Change those power settings and do an update on Chrome, and we should be real close to letting her go back. We just run her for a day, and hopefully it will stay running the way it is right now, which is pretty darn good actually. So I'll put you back on hold for a few minutes and we'll see what happens with this hot rod. Okay, so now we're back, and wouldn't have taken this long had I hooked up to a wired network, which I do have. I used the built-in wireless just to test it out, just in case you need to use it someday out on the road. And that last bunch of updates that as I started to say, that last bunch of updates that came through was a series of 20 for a total of 370 updates, and there may be more, but I want to get this thing done and get it working. Overnight I'll let it check and download and install more updates. At this point, what we're going to do, we got it back to the desktop. We're going to open up Google, the Chrome browser, which has become a whole lot better browser than Internet Explorer ever was. Let me get that up in the air so some air can get at the bottom of this. Yeah, you can see that pretty well. I can turn the camera just a little bit. Yeah, yep. There we go. And we're gonna get the latest update on the Chrome browser, and we're gonna do our remote setup. So this computer will be able to be accessed by me only remotely. So if there's trouble, well, we're gonna be able to fix it. So if I loan it out or something, and somebody has trouble with it, it'll be absolutely wonderful. So what we're going to do here is we're going to open up the Chrome browser. Yeah, we're going to full screen it too while it's loading up. There we go. And we can go into settings. And what we're going to do here is we are going to go ahead and show the home button. We like the home button. And let's see here. We're going to show the bookmarks bar because we like to have bookmarks up there where we can actually see them. Then we'll go in and open up this, and we're going to delete AOL. Well, we'll just make Google the default. And then we come down here and click on AOL. Click on the three dots. Click on remove from the list. The ask toolbar, which brings in a lot of malware. We're going to remove that from the list. Don't much care for Bing. And don't much care for the Yahoo search either. So there. Now we're done with the settings for now. Then we just hit the home button and get out of here. There we go. Now we'll go up here and click on this little button that's got the shape of a human there. And we're going to log in. Log into Chrome. Right there. And if you don't mind, I'm going to kind of block your view for a minute. And get right over here in front of the camera and enter that. And enter my password. Hit next. And we're going to synchronize this version of Chrome with all my other Chromes that I have. There you see it just popped up with all my bookmarks on my bookmark bar. It's installing the updates for all the ad blockers and malware blockers and all that. So now this version of Chrome, in just a minute, will be set up exactly like all my other versions of Chrome. There we go. Ad blocks are in. YouTube ad block is in. Yeah, we just close the tabs. And there we go. Now there's one more thing to do. Let's go back to settings. Go down to click on help and click on about Google Chrome, and it's checking for updates, and it says Chrome is up to date. So we are golden at this point. Click the home button and get back out of there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put it back to the size it was when we first started it. So now we can go in here. We're going to download, because we had issue with the hard drive when this project first started. What we're going to do is we're going to download a program. It's a free program. It's called Crystal Disk Mark. And what that'll do, that'll allow us to test the hard drive. Yeah, Crystal Do World. Crystal Do World download. That's what we want. We got Crystal Disk Info. We don't want that right now. We are going to download it eventually. But we're going to download this one right here. And what we got to do is we got to click on the zip file. We only want the standard edition. We don't want this Shizuku edition. It just puts a little anime character on your screen. I don't know why you would want it, but some people, I guess, like anime characters. And we're going to download that. It should pop up here in just a second. There we go. We're going to save it. Brings up a tab down here in the bottom. I don't know if you can see that or not, but brings up a tab down here in the bottom. Gives you the three options: show in folder, always open, files of this type, and open. We're just going to click on open because we want to run it. Crystal Disk Mark 64, because we have 64-bit operating system. We're going to double click on that, tell it to extract all, extract. And while that's going on, we can close this in the background. And now we have a new icon inside Windows Explorer. So we'll just double click on that. You sure you want to run it? Yeah, we want to run it. We trust that software. And there it is. That's what Crystal Disk Mark looks like. Now, because this isn't the speediest computer in the world, it's liable to take several minutes for it to run this series of tests. So we'll find out. We just click all tests and let it run. And you see, it looks like nothing's happening. Well, something's going on, but it's measuring what benchmarks. What we're doing is we're benchmarking the hard drive right now as we speak. And as you can see, this is really a lightweight program. Yeah, indicating 107 megabits a second, and it's still counting. So it's going to do 8 tests, 8 different read tests, and 4 different read tests and 4 different write tests. And it goes right down the line. Bing, 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 bing. And if something fails, yeah, it just plain failed. And the other program we're going to download is Crystal Disk Info, which will check the life of how much life is left in the hard drive. So we're still doing the test, and we can watch it for a couple of minutes. It's down here in the second read test. Third read test. And I do believe that these are random reads. The first one is sequential read with a sequential write, and then random read and writes right down the line. So we'll see if this hard drive's any good as far as the read and write capabilities go. I think you can see that. I can zoom in on that screen just a little bit and give you a little more of a clear picture. Or at least I thought I could. There it is. Yeah, readjust the camera just a wee bit. Up, up, up. Up, sedasium, there we go. That just did its first top line read, or write. Writing it a little bit faster than it can read. Not bad. Now you can see it. Got a little bit too close with the zoom, but yeah, you already saw what the top line read. It actually isn't running as slow as I thought it was going to, but it's not doing too bad. It's an old computer running Windows 7. We'll see how it does. The writes are a little bit faster than the reads. That's unusual. I said unusual because usually the reads are faster than the writes on almost any hard drive. And this does have a mechanical hard drive in it. And right now I don't have a spare SSD or a solid state drive on hand to just stick in there, so didn't fail any tests, not really. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open Chrome back up. We're going to close this. We're done with it for now. And we're going to open Chrome back up. That's Chrome right there. Open that back up. We're going to zoom back out just a little bit So you see the whole screen again, just like that. And we're gonna download Crystal. YSTAL disk info. And we're going to go back to that same website. We're going to download it right from the guy that wrote the program, so we don't get a whole bunch of malware and stuff in there. Oh, there we go. And again, they got anime characters included with this Shizuku and Kurikai edition. Don't want that. We just want the simple standard edition. We're just going to download the zip file. There we are. In just a second it'll pop up, what do you want to do with it? We're going to click on save. It's going right straight to the download folder. And in a second we're going to click on open when done. And now we can close the browser. And disk info 64, double click on that. Extract all. Extract. Actually, as this is running, it's, you know, getting right in a groove. It seems to be speeding up a bit. Now we got disk info 64 on in the Windows Explorer with a different kind of an icon. So we're going to double click that disk info 64 and run it. Security warning, and there we go. We're going to let that run for a while. Now you see what it does. It's telling us that it's got a Western Digital drive, a 500 gigabyte hard drive. This is just the model number and part of the serial number. And it says it's got power on hours is 6,512. What it's doing is reading the smart chip that's in the hard drive itself. It says it's running at 30C. Well, 30C isn't bad, but what we can do is we can go up here in the drop downs. In one of these drop downs, we can change that 30C into whatever it is in Fahrenheit. And that's what we're going to do here in a minute. As soon as we find it. There we go. It's under advanced features. If you're following this and want to get this program and check out your hard drive, you change it right here under advanced features, temperature type. It says Celsius and Fahrenheit. We're just going to highlight Fahrenheit, and it changed. The hard drive is running at 86 degrees in Fahrenheit temperature rather than Celsius temperature. And it's running at a rotation, the platter speed is 7,200 RPM, so I don't think there's anything wrong. Read error rate, power on hours, 1970. There's no reallocated sectors, 200. That still isn't bad. I don't know how old this hard drive is, other than it's actually got a total of 6,512 hours according to the smart chip. So we can go up here and we can go to functions, and we can rescan it, see what it says now. Still says 84, says it's good. I'm confident that there's nothing wrong with this hard drive at this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to go get another program called CCleaner. And that's at a website called Pirasoft, Pirasoft. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, we'll do it this way. CCleaner. Try that. Download CCleaner, that's what we want to do. Now, if you can find it on the page, they have what's called a portable version, but I haven't found the portable downlink. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to download and install CCleaner, and I want the free version because we don't need to run it very often, and it doesn't need to be on a schedule. What we're going to do is we're going to download it, we're going to save it, we're going to come down here to the bottom, and we're going to tell it to open when done, and then we're going to wait for a minute or so. And we're going to get this thing running good. There it is, it's open. So we're just going to let it install. While it's installing, we can close the browser back up. And there we go. Now we're going to tell it to go ahead and... I missed something. Now I'm going to have to go in and uninstall Avast. Otherwise I'm going to be plagued by its advertising and slowing the computer down, and it's just going to be a train wreck. So we're going to run CCleaner. And you can see it's the free version, and it already put me to a web page because I didn't see to uncheck the box that said download and install Avast. Well, I don't want Avast in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Tools first, and it has not downloaded Avast yet, but it probably will. And we're going to go to cleaner, and we got all these temporary files, history, cookies, and all that checked. We want to uncheck run and start menu, because we don't need it there. Thumbnail cache, yeah. Taskbar jump list, yeah. Empty the recycle bin. Go to options. Go to settings. Yeah, we don't need to add the CCleaner option to the recycle bin. We don't need to open it from the recycle bin. We don't need to have it checking constantly for updates. Cookies, yeah, we'll leave it where it's set where it's at. We got cookies on the computer already. We're gonna let it clean those out. Include, exclude should be empty. Scheduling. Well, because it's not the Pro version, the scheduling is not, so I can enable it or disable it. It's already disabled. Monitoring. Well, we're going to disable the active monitoring. We don't need that. Uncheck that. Enable monitoring and uncheck the active monitoring. We don't need that. Users? Yeah, let's see. It'll switch here in a second. Yeah, current user only. Yeah, that's fine. Advanced. Delete temp files that are older than 24 hours. We're gonna uncheck that for now. We don't need that. Skip user account control warning. And enable, we can just undo that. And now we can go up here to the cleaner. And we're gonna analyze what's on the drive, if anything. Yeah, 1.44 megabytes of junk files from all the setup and all that. We're just gonna go ahead and clean that out. There. Got rid of that. We'll go in here to the registry and we'll do a scan on that. Now there's going to be a bunch of dead end registry files markers in there because of this being a brand new install. So we'll click on fix it, fix all, close, run it again. We got some more back. And fix all. Close it. The third time will be the charm. There won't be any. There we go. That's all cleaned out. Now I see we've got the Avast on there, and it hasn't installed it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete we're going to delete that icon. I'll go up here and empty the trash can. Right click on it. Empty the recycle bin. Yes. Now what we may have to do, and I'm going to do it anyway just to show you, close the seat cleaner. I'm going to go down here and go to the control panel. And I'm going to go to programs and settings. Programs and features, rather. There's Avast. Yep. Right click on that, and we're going to uninstall it before it can even run. You just want to uninstall it. I've used Avast for so many years, and all of a sudden it started slowing down even the best computers. And I discovered through many hours of experimentation that the built-in Windows Defender program does way better job without being in the way, without slowing down the computer. And now it should be pretty much good to go. It looks like it's done. Gonna restart the computer. Now it gives you a warning about not having an available antivirus program on board, but you have Windows Defender. And when you restart it, Windows Defender will come back online and that message will go away. It would be nice to go in there after the computer restarts, go in to the control panel, double click on Windows Defender, tell it to go ahead and check for updates. Those updates download really fast, even on a wireless connection. So we're getting there pretty, got her just about pretty well whipped for now. Yeah, it's restarting. Cool. Acting like it's going to be pretty stable. Yeah. So we'll go back into programs and features here a quick second. The control panel. And slide down here to programs and features. Open that up. Yep. Avast is gone. So we'll go back to the control panel. And we'll scroll down, find Windows Defender, double click it, opens up, and now it wants, this is why I went back to check, see if it automatically restarted. It didn't this time. The problem is Avast turned off the service. So now it wants to know if you want to restart it now. Yes, we do. We click on that button. That should turn green, I think. Yep. Tools. Options. Quarantine. Defender website. Allowed items. Protection Center. Don't see anything that says to do an update. History. There's nothing in history yet. We haven't done a scan. We'll go back to home. Yep, we'll go to scan instead. Scan options. Quick scan. Yeah, because we haven't run this thing to speak of. We'll just do a quick scan on it. make sure nothing came in through the internet, along with all the updates that we downloaded and installed. And if someday you do have problems with malware, there's free programs out there that can take that out of the computer too. As you can see, quick scan is pretty darn quick. And there shouldn't have been any updates for it anyway. As many updates, security updates and antivirus updates and malware updates that came in with all the standard Windows updates. It's part of the reason why it had 370 updates to install, and it took hours. And some people wonder why it costs so much to get a computer repaired. That's why. Funky things happen once in a while, and then to rebuild the computer programming, get the operating system back in and all the updates, it takes a while. And luckily, we all know it takes a while, so we go and do other things and actually punch off the job. Now I have one more thing to do before I let you go, and that's pull Chrome back up and install my remote desktop. We'll get that done and then we'll let you go. To get that done, it will be break time. And seeing as I'm the shop foreman, I can call break time whenever I want to. Yeah, we're almost done scanning, so we can install the desktop. And what I can do is I can, with the system that I've set up for myself, and I can duplicate it for almost anybody, is I can remote in to any one of my computers on the network from anywhere in the world. If I take that computer right there that we rebuilt today, and well, let's just say I went to someplace stupid like San Francisco, and I needed a file from here, I could get online out there with this computer and jog home through the internet and get my file. Have it in a matter of just a couple of minutes. Or say one of my clients had an issue, and my boss called me and said, "Hey, you got to go online and fix Joe customer's computer." I can do that too. Okay, we're all done with that scan. Like I figured, nothing going on bad inside at this point. And we'll go over here again. And we're going to full screen it. I know it's, yeah, something, there it is. Takes a second sometimes to snap in. And we'll go down here to Chrome Remote Desktop. And there we go. Now this computer just being set back up, we're going to go down here and go to My Computers and click on the Get Started. And you can see all the computers that are on my network right there. And I'm going to go down here to the bottom. There's a little thing here that says you must enable your remote connections if you want to use Chrome Remote Desktop to access this computer. So there's a button that says Enable Connections. Click on that. It says Accept and Install. Yep. We're going to save it. We're going to come down here and we're going to open when done. Now it's saying you want to run it. Yep, we run it. It's a self-configuring program. That's what's really nice about it. You don't have to jump through all the Microsoft hoops to make it work. It just, one thing you got to do is keep answering these security tabs, and it does its own thing, and it works really well. So now I'm just going to minimize that real quick. There we go. We got to enter our PIN number, which I'm going to block the camera, kind of like that. Got the password punched in and OK. And yes. And OK. Now, if I walk over to one of my other computers, I should be able to see it. And I'll show you what it looks like when I access this computer. Well, I'll leave the camera pointed right there, and we're just going to try it. Minimize that. We'll go over here. Go over here. Click on that. There we go. That'll pop up in just a second. There. Now you get a security warning and a bar that says who is logged onto the computer by remote control. That's what this bar here is. Now if you watch real close, I'm going to pull some JFM on this using this other computer. Just watch. One thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to the control panel. And control panel. And we're going to go to the mouse. We're going to go to pointers. Then we're going to go over here and we're going to change this Windows arrow scheme to large black scheme. We're going to click on that. Pointer options. And we're going to leave that set right where it's at. The wheel, we're going to give it a one click as one line on the screen, and same with the tilt on the wheel. We're going to hit apply on that. And check the hardware, compliant mouse, and buttons. We're going to leave the buttons alone too. Click OK and we're out of there. Now we've got a big black mouse pointer. See that? You can see that. And that makes life a whole lot easier. And just for grids, we're going to go to Performance Information Tools. And this is running at a 4.6. That ain't too bad. It'll probably go up as it runs. And let's see, we've got date and time and all that. Location and sensors. Administration tools, color management, we don't care about that. And just for grids, we're going to go in and see what the system has to say. The system says it's got 6 gigs of RAM. Processor is a 2-core running at 2 gigahertz on a 64-bit operating system. And we have Service Pack 1 installed at the same time. Got the activation code in the bottom. It's all official and legal. Hey, we're pretty much good to go. So there we go. Close that out. Go back here to Windows. And we got all of our apps and all that. We're pretty much golden. So, we'll close Chrome. All the adjustments have been made, all the updates are done. We're good to go. I think we'll shut this hot rod off and call it a day. So now you've been through the painstaking process of getting through fixing a computer that had messed up programming. And seeing as I'm the shop foreman, I'm saying it's break time. So till next time, we'll see you later.